So about 20 years ago, I was given a book on the Enneagram by a very, very dear friend. And I didn't realize when I was given this book that it was really going to change my life, because I was in complete resistance to this book. As I read it, I went, oh, I'm not going to be put in any kind of a box. And, oh, the way this person describes these different sensibilities, I don't like any of them. I don't want to be identifying with any of these types. Blah. And my friend was very persistent, and she said, there is deep wisdom here. You need to stick with it. So after 2 years of reading many different books, my resistance began to dissolve, and I began to see that you identify to disidentify, that you identify to see what is blind to you, and what you're subscribing to, and how you're actually typecasting yourself when you don't even really need to. When you're subscribing to a series of belief systems about yourself that really aren't that true. And so as I began to discover the depth of the Enneagram, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, I began to see that it was the deepest wisdom that I'd ever come in contact with, and that I had to share it with the world. I had to share it with my clients, and I had to live my life using it as a primary tool to deep awareness. It is not about putting yourself in a box. It's just the opposite. It's about identifying a box you've already put yourself into and freeing yourself. So I wanted to shoot this little video in my garden because my garden is full of diversity. There are individual plants that are so gorgeous and so special and so unique. Every plant, every weed is special in my garden and unique to itself. And it is part of a whole. It is part of a whole garden that would be lacking if one of the plants wasn't there. I like to look at the Enneagram as 9 paths to oneness. That's what I call it, 9 paths to oneness, 9 paths to wholeness. And in my understanding, it is to find a way to embrace all of these 9 sensibilities, these 9 energies, these 9 paths into an integrated self.